SU Election Special
2015.
Now today we have Jordan Kenny, our current SU President, in the studio with us today.
Hey, how you doing? You right?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm excellent, thank you.
Now Jordan, what do you feel were your strengths and weaknesses as being a president for the past year, and how do you feel that you could perhaps improve on your weaknesses for this year?
I think that the role of the president is to provide the leadership and act as the figurehead of the union, and it isn't always possible to know everything and every single issue all the time, and that's not something I've ever claimed to do. So I think one of the clear strengths that I have provided is leadership from the top, that when there are big issues, we've made decisions and been informed by the student body to create some actual physical change. Now, going forward, there are things that we can improve there, and one of those, as highlighted in my manifesto, is around communication and the way that we get those decisions out to students. So I think over the next 12 months, we might actually have to work on ensuring that we make those decisions really quickly as we are, but how we communicate with the student body more widely, what we're going to do, why we're going to do it, and when we're going to do it.
Cool. And just briefly, a weakness that you think you could perhaps improve on for this year?
I think a clear weakness that we have as a students' union is that we are very close partners with the university, and sometimes that means that we're almost too close.
Okay.
So bouncing it back off the student body and saying, actually, we're not happy, as has happened around the proposed changes to the academic year shape, we've come out and said, we're not happy with the university, and we need to do that more often.
And so that's something you think that you could improve on?
Yeah, I think creating that kind of activist mentality around the student body is something we do need to do, and something we are beginning to do, but could be much better.
Cool. Right, so now Jordan, I hope you do realise that you can't actually get a bachelor's degree out of being an SU president. You are aware of that, aren't you? Yeah,
luckily I've already graduated, so I don't have too much problem in getting the degree. I've already got one of those on a flimsy little certificate tucked away in my bedroom that my mum loves.
Ooh, but Mum loves it.
Hey now, but I'll probably never see again. But I love my job, and that's kind of why I'm standing for re-election again.
That's really good to hear. And you aren't worried about the fact that, a second presidency could potentially be similar to that of George W. Bush? No worries there?
No. I think if I'm going to have to compare myself to someone out in the world, I don't think, one, it would be someone in the political world. I think that would be bold and very dangerous. I think maybe I'd like to be seen as someone more of Jose Mourinho, that kind of has pulled it off once, and we can put it off again.
So we shouldn't be worried of any oil invasions in Bath anytime soon then?
I mean, it's not high on the agenda for any other university to do that to us. I think Bath Spa attacking us probably won't happen. They'd probably be waiting 2 or 3 hours for the U18 to arrive anyway.
Fair enough.
So I wouldn't hold your bets for any attack on our campus anytime soon.
Fair dues. Right, so there's also a lot of talk about, fighting and challenging your manifesto. Can we expect something big from that?
I think it depends on what happens through the year, and that the one thing that we're not acknowledging enough right now as candidates is that it's a general election year, and that the main political parties are proposing things which, on the whole, are fairly reasonable, but there's no backing behind them. So I don't think we can come out and say that we're definitely going to fight increasing student numbers, because we might not need to fight that. But what we actually need to do is support behind the scenes, making sure that the infrastructure is there, from tuition fees, from maintenance loans and support services.
So you shouldn't be expecting any Worldwide Wrestling Federation fighting style from you, no?
I don't think there's going to be much mud wrestling on parade, particularly the Vice-Chancellor won't be engaging in it. But, if she's up for it, I'm sure we could find a few students who give it a go.
You never know, you might. And you also say that you want to put Bath on the map. Now, I'm sure that Bath is actually on a map of England. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. It already is actually on a map, southwest England. It is there.
See, now I watch Points West every night on the BBC. Other TV channels are available. And actually, Bath isn't always on the map. Bristol's on the map, Yeovil's on the map, but Bath isn't on the map.
Fair dues. And finally, lad culture seems to be a highly talked about issue on your campaign and campus at the moment. Surely, wouldn't it be better to have cultured lads rather than uncultured lads?
I mean, it's an interesting question that you pose. Actually, the term lad culture itself is a massive problem. And that's something that we have come out and said.
Yeah.
So we want people who actually just acknowledge each other and each other's cultures. So it can be funny, and you can have a laugh, and you can go to score, but ultimately you need to respect each other, and that's the purpose of the work that we're doing.
Thank you very much, Jordan.
Thank you.
SU Election Special
2015.